Just across the street from this structure was the location of the school. And for many years, it was also the location of this church. We worshiped in the school building. Now, I don't know whether it was originally built for a church or a school, but it had a big room with opening doors that accommodated a great big group of people, and that's where we had church. My name is Willardine Mitchell Malden, and I am the oldest member of this congregation. I've been in this congregation all of my life.
The Lutheran school was very strong in this community. It was one of the private schools for black children. The Catholic school was the other.
And one thing we need to let you know that location was so important. This church was located in an ideal place for the blacks. Everything that socially that we needed, was right here for us.
Most of the
education,
the schools were within walking distance of this church.
Everything was in walking distance right here.
And this street,
it was Cleveland Avenue then.
Affluent street
yes.
in the black community.
Yes.
This street. It was Cleveland Avenue
then before they changed it to Rosa Parks.
But you had more homeowners on this street and more businesses within a short radius.
We would come down and just talk to Pastor Gratz, and he would invite us over. He'd call his wife, come over and have lunch with me. I've got some young folks here that want to talk. And I remember the first time I said, oh boy, lunch, what is she bringing? Oh, she came over with the best jelly and peanut butter sandwiches we had ever had. She came over, he would talk to us, and we just did things around.
And Robert Gratz was pretty resolute in his ideas on race. They had a huge tire, and they filled it up. They put a tarp in it and filled it up with water and let the kids in the neighborhood and their kids play in the water. And they called it the first integrated pool in Alabama. And there was retribution for it because the house was bombed on several occasions. They received death threats.
My father has that same lineage of being bullied by the Klan. Pastor Gratz and my father were right. His leaving and my father's coming in was very, very close to each other. I come from the slaves that never left the plantation. From that area where nothing can grow. You know what I mean? The ivy is taken over this badlands. My father is a Lutheran minister from Buena Vista, Alabama, where he was brought up under Sister Rosa Young. Rosa Young grew up right outside of Selma, a little small community. So this is shortly after slavery. That means her parents would have been actual slaves. So this is in the Reconstruction era. This is in still Cotton is High area. This is the Black Belt. So you're talking about people who have absolutely nothing. She wrote a letter to Booker T. Washington, who was then the president of Tuskegee. He said that he could not help her at that particular time, but he said, get in touch with the Lutherans. Rosa Young gets in touch with the Lutherans and missionaries. The missionaries send word back, and they said, let's go. Immediately, the first church is right outside of Selma. I think the second church was in Selma. One of the earlier churches, Brettenburg, and then Concordia. Her letter jump-started churches across Alabama, educated so many people who did not value education, led to a secondary, post-secondary university to educate teachers, eventually a seminary to educate pastors. Her laying of hands on young ministers and teachers, and that legacy is, I think, monumental. There is no monument that I know of, but Rosa Young's contribution should be immortalized. It should be sainthood.